And as such, of course, the Shinra's plans are highly relevant to us. Because, well, you need to understand your enemy. It's really interesting. They are, of course, wiping out the Sector 7 slums with this plan. But they're also wiping out the Sector 7 city. Because that's the plate they're gonna drop. And Tifa's not spending is not really putting any thought into that. She's thinking of the slums first, because she's living there. This really shows you this big separation of slums and upper city. Surprise! So yeah, 3 choices that do nothing whatsoever. If we chose the one of the others, he would say nearly, almost right or wrong, and still drop us. So it doesn't really matter at all. Welcome to Shinra HQ. Aren't those lovely people? This sounds like a threat when someone like President Shinra tells you. But well, that's just how they roll. Whoop! Back we are. Yeah, we are already equipped, so I can just pick the ladies up. Actually, I can just get that item over there first. Oh. And no. Really? Oh, hey Tifa, you're awake. Oh, not those guys. Oops. I hate those. They have a chance to cower down when you strike them, and then they just take 1 damage. That's just really, really annoying. Oh, there you see the cover effect. Yeah, there's the cowering down. It's just so annoying. They're like... They're just wasting time. At least they die. They don't even die fast. They need 4 hits even without cowering. That's just so annoying. Come on. Die. Thank you. Okay. You alright? Of course she is. She just fought with us. Duh. Suddenly, a boss in the sewers. But then I guess in role-playing games, most sewers are infested with ominous beasts and everything. The sewer tsunami. Oh, I love this. Really funny technique. Especially for a guy who does not absorb water attacks, hitting himself. But well, I'll take it. Kinda worried though that Aerith might not make it to her limit again. We'll see. What's he called? Apps. Okay, this guy is called Apps. I'll take it. Whoop. Yeah, thought so. So much better. And now we cross slash. The reason I healed Aerith is that this beast does have a hidden second phase. I think we did we paralyze him? Yep, we paralyzed him. Okay, we're not gonna see it. Paralyze you can see because he no longer moves. Pretty simple. And his second phase, in quotes, is that he's no longer paralyzed, is that he will summon the sewer tsunami from the different direction. So it was, the sewer tsunami has a base strength of around 50, and usually it hits him in the back, so he'll... Okay, I don't know the strength, but it was, the sewer tsunami will roll from our side over the field. So we take more damage than him, and then we'll deal around about 90 per person. That's why I healed Aerith, because I didn't want her to die for that. When a character dies, his limit gauge empties, by the way. And yeah, now thanks to the information we got from Corneo, know that we have to reach the Sector 7 support pillar before... yeah. We have to reach it. There's no real timer involved here. New type of materia. I'll give it to her. Which is a steel, yellow materia, which just gives us a new command. These commands may upgrade. Like in this case, we now have the steel command on Tifa. See? But if we level the materia, it will have the will give the muck command instead. Yeah, jump. Don't be a pussy. Some command materials can be combined with support materia, the blue one, but it's very rare. It's just very few exceptions. It really depends on the specific combination. For example, I don't know. There is a support material that makes you strike one additional time when using the partner material. You can use that with steel, but you can't use steel all. It doesn't work. Also, this sad music and this, even for the slums standards, totally wrecked place. It feels like it's a premonition of what the slums of Sector 7 will soon look like if we fail. I don't know if that's just me interpreting too much, or if it's really intended. But yeah. Tifa has given us one hint where to go in this area. Only the lit trains. I don't think it's still it's still a maze, and it still has a funnier enemies like this one, like these. They have the special ability. Whenever you hit them, they go invisible for a very short time. So you want to stagger your attacks, like this. Oh, I should have shown you this. While they're invisible, you can still target them, but your every attack, even spells, will miss. Do spells miss? I think they will. So you want to stagger your... this is complicated now. I can't select a target for the limit. So I don't want any ghost to be invisible while I'm using the limit, because it could hit an invisible guy and then be and then we waste it. Steal, by the way, looks like this. I think you can steal something really good from them. Ghost hand. Okay, never mind. Oops. Yeah, I'll just... You can only steal once from every enemy. So we stole a ghost hand, which is drains MP out from one opponent. It's one of the more useful items because it's basically a small ether if you use it on an enemy that has MP, which is nice. I mean, draining MP. Oop. So yeah, the thing is, you can enter most trains, but you can also walk above them, and choosing what isn't always easy. What's it here again? We want to go here. I think here's an item again. Yep. For example, there we don't know if we can go. I'll show you. I'll show you after the fight. Attack, steal. Ah. Oh yeah, you can steal ethers from... Oh my god, do they really need to start the... Okay, this is bad. They're drilling the walls. I hope you can't hear that. But yeah, you can steal ethers from these guys, which is great because ethers are worth a lot of cash. Stealing, of course, doesn't always succeed. Sometimes it's just saying can't steal, couldn't steal, or doesn't have an item. Ouch. But currently we are lucky. Okay, so this point, for example, this train here is lit. So we know we need to go here at some point. But we could go over the... we could go on top of it, or we could go through it, like we just did. And you can't really know what's the right thing to do. I mean, I know, because I know this place, but... since more than half of the trains here are lit, it's really hard to... the clue of, oh, only the lit trains, it doesn't really help. This is the most deviously hidden bit. You see the separation in the train wagons, but you can walk through there. And you need it to continue. You need to go through there. And if you just don't try and you just think, oh, I see the separation, there's no way there, you're just stuck. Oh, this music. Okay, oops. Couldn't steal anything, yeah, well, don't really care. I mean, ghost hands are nice, but I rather want the ether. Dean Glow. Odd name. And... ah, damn it. Oh my god, Tifa, will you please put some heart into it? Whoop, ouch. Actually deals a lot of damage. God. Got to be kidding me. Those ghosts really start to hurt. Oh, finally. Dean Glow. Cross slash. Just in case. And we'll use Aerith Limit the next fight. Whoopee. Actually, now that I think of it, I want Tifa to have the cover material. Oops. There's a useful second screen menu, which is this one. So the check menu just gives you the option to look into the different commands. Arranges the materia that are in your inventory, but you can also use this menu. And this is just great, because you can access materials in all character slots. And it's super easy to do things like this. Move the steel around, whatever you want. Just like that. It's a really great menu that you'll see me using a lot of times. Yeah, there's that. I knew there was something back here. And there's this type of barrel again, and I'm pretty sure there's an item there too. Whoop! Ether again. Oh my god, how many ethers do we have now? No, top. 9. That's 4,500 gil if we sell them all. That's good. Also, we cannot go any further. like the trains are currently. But thanks to the PlayStation 1's limitations, any rendered objects do not look as well as they do as background objects. So you probably already recognize that some trains look different from the others. And those are the trains that you can interact with. Boom. I really wonder if they can already use... Okay. One down. I don't think they can already use... This game uses a lot of recoloring on enemies to use the same model in different tiers, different levels of the game. And I think it's a perfectly fine habit to do so. I mean, back when all the games had to fit on one single CD, or a limited number of... when you had a limited number of space at all, you needed to carefully evaluate if a certain asset was worth putting it in. And recoloring a model just meant you need new textures, but no new physical model, a 3D model. So it saved a lot of memory. So that's why you see this practiced in many old games, let's say before 2003 or something. And yeah, so this type of so all enemies that use the same model, no matter the texture, belong to a certain type for me, and usually they share similar movesets. And this type of enemy has a really strong attack later on that I occasionally use for limit training, but apparently these cannot do it yet. So you can drive the train. Oh, you can actually drive them multiple times. I didn't know that. You actually don't need to, but I think it's shorter this way. Oop. It doesn't really make a difference. So yeah, we had to pull away this one wagon there. What am I doing? We had to pull away that wagon before we pulled the wagon. If we had driven this train, it would have rammed into the wagon and then backed off again, where it stood before. So we need to pull away this wagon, then we can go over here, and now we can go here. And we've actually been here once before, for a short while on this screen, because this is right next to the Sector 7 train station. Oh my god. This is a Shinra employee. They're just leaving him stationed here like... Why is he still here? Oh, it's his own choice. Oh, okay. I thought they just didn't tell him, or he was like forced to stay at the job. But then again, there are still plenty of people here, so whoa. So yeah, there you see the pillar, the big brown thingy, and some kind of maintenance structure, and it's actively being fought over. Also, I do not know how Wedge survived this fall. I mean, that's like... don't know. Someone who likes can try to estimate the hate from the perspective we just had. But yeah, he's still alive, somehow. And he's all like, oh my god, Cloud Senpai. And off we go. And the guy still... Oh my god. I just wanted to see what's there. I actually do not know. I've never gone there. I don't even think you can at any point of the game. Because before there's always the guards there. You can't go there now. And you sure as hell can't go there after the plate dropped, as far as I know. So yeah, please, thanks. So yeah, up the... Oh hey, I know you. Well, you're one dead, buddy. Nah, come... I mean... just being rude. I like being rude. Someone counting steps? Because counting the steps might actually be a good estimate about how high this tower is. Can you not? Thanks. So yeah. The reason I'm having Tifa use the cover materia is that her limits have a special rule. You'll see that as soon as she learns her second one. Because her limits her limits work in a special way. Let's just put it that way. And you're dead. Also, yeah, my attacks are all weakened because of the back row, because of the back attack. But then again, switching now isn't really worth it. Should be dead now. Oh my fucking god, okay, maybe it had been worth it. Now he's dead, great. Nope. Ah, there we go. So yeah, judging from the perspective, this really is a lot of... What's the yellow? What's this yellow... What are those yellow stripes there? This looks really odd. Looks like it hasn't been modeled properly. Huh. Maybe they thought, no one's gonna notice that. Well, joke's on you, Square. That's how you properly work your attacks. And there's the third member of Avalanche we find, Jessie. But then again, first, cut some propeller guys. Ouch. Stop kicking me. I really like those guys, actually. Like, you know, kinda cool design.